Hari Om. Every festival has a uniqueness. Like on Holi, we play with colors. On Janmashtami, we have the Dahi Handi. In Navaratri, we celebrate with Durga Puja or Dandiya or Ram Leela or Golu. These celebrations are unique to that festival. We don't do them at other times. The common part is where we meet each other, we exchange sweets, we wear some new clothes, we do puja. So in Deepavali, there are many unique things about Deepavali, but one of the most important aspects is what we call as Ulka Dan. The texts like Varshakriya Kaumudi and Dharma Sindhu, they prescribe that on the Chaturdashi and the Amavasya, both the evenings, one should light lamps, and many of these lamps are kept on the high poles. They must have firebrands in their hands and they must show the way to the ancestors, to the Pitrus, and they must chant this shloka. तुला संस्थे सहस्रांशौ प्रदोषे भूतदर्शयोः उल्का हस्ता नराः कुर्युः पितॄणां margadarshanam, which in essence means with the firebrands in one's hands, people must light the way for the Pitrus to depart. Because the understanding is those Pitrus who have come down during the Mahalaya Amavasya and the preceding Pitru Paksh before that, those Pitrus who have come from the Pitraloka to the earth, to Bhuloka, to accept the Shraddha, Tarpan, etc., that is done during the Pitru Paksh. Now it is the time for them to return. So the lamps that are lit on the high poles, the firebrands that are held, and the crackers which are burst in the air are to light their way. This is the tradition that we have been following for thousands of years. It is also said, Agni dagdhascha ye jivaha, epya dagdha kule mama, ujjvala jyotisham dagdhaha, teyantu paramam gatim. It mentions three categories of people. Those ancestors of mine who have been cremated with all proper rites and rituals, those who have not been cremated, who have died, whose bodies may not have been found, so they may not have been cremated, and those who have been cremated but without any rites or rituals. May all of them attain the supreme state through this Ulka Dan. Ulka means a firebrand. And it is also said, Yamalokam parityajya agataye mahalaye ujjvala jyotishavartma prapashyanto vrajantu te. So all the Pitrus who have left Yamaloka and they have come down to the Bhuloka during the Mahalaya Amavasya, may all of them return to their abodes by the light of the Ulka. So the bursting of crackers, using of firebrand, etc., is not meant just for celebration or enjoyment or amusement. There is a specific spiritual connotation also for this. In Chanakya's Arthashastra also we find the description of Agni Churna, which produces the fire, the gunpowder which produces fire. The Neelamata Puran also mentions the similar fact about lighting the way for the ancestors. Even around the 14th century, Vijayanagar kingdom was an expert in producing these crackers. It is mentioned in many other Sanskrit texts as well as in many paintings. One may see the depictions. Many kings in Rajasthan also have been known to use the firebrand and crackers, etc. During Mughal period, it was called Atishbazi, and Aurangzeb, in fact, even had banned it. Once that ban was removed after Aurangzeb, many kings again resumed. So this has been a tradition in our culture. It is a part of the unique celebration of Deepavali. Today, there is a lot of concern about ecology, environment, pollution, air pollution, noise pollution, etc. We should understand that Sanatan Dharma is very flexible. There is no fanaticism in our culture. We have adapted to the changing times and we have always lived with the spirit of universal oneness and do things which are good for the whole society, for the environment. We consider nature as mother, Prakriti, we worship the mother. But at the same time, we should also remember that if anybody is going to use our festivals and target us to do Hindu bashing, to make us feel low about our culture, to brand us as primitive, to specifically target our festivals and make the Hindus feel bad, that will not be acceptable to us. We are also concerned about pollution, and we also ensure that we live in harmony with nature. Eco-friendly Ganapatis, green crackers are examples of this flexible culture. But if somebody is going to think about it as our weakness and just target every single festival of ours selectively, that is not acceptable to us.
Scientifically also speaking, almost 90% of the pollution around Diwali is caused because of the other reasons.
Like the stubble burning.
Industrial emissions, domestic emissions, vehicular emissions, the non-vegetarian industry, the road dust, and many such factors. Globally also the research has been done, and it has been found that the pollution caused by the bursting of crackers lasts only for 2 to 3 days. In fact, research shows that Diwali crackers generate only 40 micrograms per cubic meter of PM 2.5. Delhi's per day pollution level is 153 micrograms per cubic meter PM 2.5. So many other causes which are contributing, those need to be tackled well. The Deepavali pollution caused by the crackers, if you spread it for the whole year, contributes only 0.07% of the entire pollution. My objective is not to say that we must anyway create pollution. We are ecologically sensitive, but we should also be aware that there are vested interests who are hypocritical, who do selective targeting, who speak nothing against the celebration of other festivals, where we know very clearly that non-vegetarian industry is the second largest contributor of global warming. Still, there will not be a voice raised against festivals which promote that. For certain festivals, trees have to be cut. And we know that cutting of those trees also creates a lot of global warming. But there is no outrage at those times. Again, the outrage against the crackers is only during Deepavali. During New Year, so many more crackers are burst. On that one day of New Year, the pollution levels rise much, much higher than all the days of Deepavali put together. Do you know the research shows that a pair of heart-shaped gold studs is equal to 31 kilos of carbon dioxide. That is about 200 kilometers of ride in a compact class car. If there are actors who are wearing such gold studs and promoting them through the ads and telling us not to burst crackers, their hypocrisy shines much brighter than the gold. When a cricket final match is held, to celebrate, crackers are burned. There are specific shows where crackers are burst, and people go to see these shows in weddings, in parties, in anniversaries, in many such occasions throughout the year. One bursts lot of crackers. At that time, one is not bothered about pollution. At that time, environment, ecology, pollution, nothing comes to the mind. But when it comes to Deepavali, there is a selective outrage, and everybody feels cool to say that I am not bursting crackers on Deepavali. The cool quotient, the woke quotient goes up. That is sheer hypocrisy. What is actually going up is the hypocrisy quotient. And as I said earlier, as Hindus, we are ecologically sensitive and we will adapt our culture. But it will come from us, where we are feeling the need. Nobody has a right to impose their views, to do Hindu bashing, to make us feel low about our culture and festivals, to portray us as though we are not eco friendly. That right nobody has. In 2017, when crackers were banned completely, an alternative called green crackers was brought about. The scientists of CSIR and NEERI came together, did their research, came out with what is called as green crackers as per the directions of the court. These green crackers have smaller shell size compared to the regular crackers. The emissions are very less and they are less toxic. And they also have additives which suppress the dust. More than 230 companies are producing these green crackers today. The entire fireworks industry is 1,800 crores. How many people are employed in this industry? We must be sensitive even to them. Throughout the year, the production, stocking, and use of firecrackers is allowed. But the main period for which the crackers are made is the Deepavali period. And when we do not use the crackers at these times, how many people go into a loss? We should consider even that. So before we come to any opinion, we must consider all the aspects, the cultural significance, the spiritual importance, the real issues about pollution, the economic impact, the livelihoods of so many people. When we look at a situation in a holistic way and then we come to our conclusions, that is a mature way of living. And we maintain consistency throughout the year. Do not do selective targeting of festivals or selective targeting of any religion. That would be hypocrisy. Whether we burst crackers or not, the myth that Deepavali crackers are a cause of major pollution, that myth has to be busted definitely. The selective outrage has to be busted. The hypocritical attitude has to be busted. So let us have a great Deepavali and let us celebrate it in the true spirit. So let us be very clear and let us stand up for our culture. It is not about fanaticism, it is about having a mature outlook and standing up against selective outrage and all the hypocrisy. Let us be unapologetic about our culture and let us be unapologetic about the celebration of our festivals. And let us celebrate all our festivals knowing the true significance and the depth and make the celebrations meaningful, impactful, beautiful. So wish you all a bright, brilliant Deepavali.